We assumed the rule of gods over our domain, yet we find ourselves displaced. Are we not all refugees, imprisoned within the shadows of our DNA? I'm a relic, a specter of a bygone era, witnessing the end times. But this time, it's not a napalm-hazed river in Vietnam. It's the digital streams, the melting ice, the burning forests. The horrors I speak of is not just a product of modern wars and environmental cataclysms. It is the horror of realizing that within us lies an abyss, a capacity for destruction that has manifested throughout history, from the Roman siege of Carthage to the Holocaust. Earth is our final concentration camp.
Wir haben eine Beschleunigung und Verdichtung von Krisen, die aus unterschiedlichsten Richtungen kommen. Das ist ganz klar die Klimakrise natürlich mit ihren Auswirkungen. Es ist die geopolitische Transformation, die wir haben, und natürlich dieses Thema, das von der technologischen Seite kommt. Wie wird sich künstliche Intelligenz auf unsere Arbeitswelt auswirken? Wie wird sich das auf Demokratie auswirken? In all diesen Dingen sind wir in einem Umbruch. Das Thema ist Panik, aber ich glaube, ganz wichtig ist auch der Untertitel Yes, No, weil er darauf verweist, dass wir Optionen haben. Aber es ist unsere Entscheidung, wie wir weiter tun. Und das wollen wir natürlich mit dem Festival auch zeigen, beziehungsweise viele der Menschen hinterm Vorhang hervorholen, die auf der ganzen Welt daran arbeiten, die Welt anders zu gestalten.
Wir sehen hier ein Projekt, das heißt Nexus Print, und man kann damit 3D-Modelle in VR und XR platzieren, aber auch neue 3D-Modelle generieren, also neue Räume schaffen. Das funktioniert als Brainstorming-Tool, aber eben auch als partizipatorisches Tool, existierende Räume umzugestalten. Also man kann ein Objekt in die Welt platzieren und der Mitspieler kann dieses gleiche Objekt manipulieren, größer machen, kleiner machen. Also man kann quasi ganze Szenen somit gemeinsam bauen. Und hier ist die Idee, das wirklich zu den Menschen zu tragen und in Workshop-Szenarien eben neue Einsichten zu generieren, etwas Neues zu schaffen in einer Gruppe versus als separierte Individuen nur vom Computer. Ja, die klare Antwort ist no. Bitte keine Panik, don't panic, wie Douglas Adams sagt.
If it's panic or not, well, I'd say absolute panic at this point. For how democracy, the direction we are going to, I would say absolute panic.
Panic, yes, about the state of the world, but also trying to channel this panic into something constructive by, I think, raising awareness of the issues and inviting people to like participate and reclaim their agency in it as well.
Yeah, so this is my project. It's a living bioreactor. So it's creating a skin of bacteria over a full-size human body, my body with mutations. So this is all living bacteria that's then growing, and the neck here is connected by 4 pipes to 4 heads over there. So it's a bit of a hydra, a living hydra. It's some conception of what would a bacteria look like if it had a human body. And so you can see as over time the bacteria mutates and mutates. And I wanted to give bacteria a face so that humans can look into the face of the bacteria and gain some sort of empathy to like this beautiful species. And the bacteria used here is all the same bacteria that's used in kombucha. So actually, if you come with me, you can come and take a taste of it. You can just like, it's all fully human edible. Yes, well, for me, no, not panic. And this is kind of the idea of like, the future doesn't just belong to humans, it belongs to many species. It's been here before humans, it'll be here after humans. There's no panic for bacteria.
So this is the first interaction of our work. My group mates are around here, Julia, Caitlin, and August. And we work in collaboration with Impact Utrecht. Those are aluminum voting booths. They're sort of like dystopian, futuristic voting booths. And what you can see is like there is a small interaction. So no matter what you vote, yes or no, you're gonna get this video, which is under the form of like mimetic shit posting. And yes, so you can see it's audiovisual. And it's mostly made with found material from the internet.
The idea is that your voice, the sound of your voice, the modulation you make when you're talking, are part of the music you make when you're talking. So we created this process to deconstruct the signification part of the words you said, and to only focus on the musical matter of your voice. So the process is that we divide your words in 16 parts, which are associated to one pendulum. So there are 16 pendulums, and one sample is associated to the one pendulum. My opinion is there is no panic, but action.
There's a set of horns and a large balloon to collect the audience voice. So when you speak into the horns, the balloon collects your voice. And inside of the balloon, words ricochet and collide, forming new phrases and phonetic arrangements. It's a self-generating poetry balloon. At some point, the balloon gets too big, and it goes... I think art has like a really important voice in all aspects of the current social and political situation that we're dealing with in the world. I think it's important to have something to inspire us and to look forwards to. And so in my practice, I'm working with things that are fun and cool and engaging to me. And I hope that they are also fun and cool and engaging to others.
Well, I did an alternative soundtrack for the film Que Viva Mexico, which is a film by Sergei Eisenstein, a Russian filmmaker, very famous. And this is a version of the sound that uses like traditional pre-Hispanic Mexican instruments with computers, real-time transformation, and yeah, it's just like a project where I was trying to use also the sound from the original film and converted it into like an alternative soundtrack that I do in 8 channels. So what I do when we perform live is doing the diffusion of the sound in space with the film together. What I mean is that a composer can also confront people with nice things, so we can all think together about a problem, not only in the environment, but also whatever, just space in general, or nature, of course, but also the city, the sound of the city, how we deal every day in our everyday life with our environment, which I think it's important.
Is interworld, and it's an interactive environment. It features 6 interactive objects which actually you can grab and rotate, and what you do with them influences the projection. What you can see on the projection is actually the virtual representation of the stones, of the objects. And also there is a feature of the sound done by Enrique Mendoza. So dependingly on the movement of the stone, the sound travels accordingly. And when I met Enrique, we instantly had this idea of collaborating and making the sound move as well as the visuals.
So I was just rubbing some stones, but also like very small stones, and then I was just kind of having in my hands and rubbing them, so it's kind of more pebble sound, no? Like pebbles in the ocean. And so I try to have like these very different types of sounds, so every stone has like its own identity. So I put like 6 speakers on the roof, a ring of 12 speakers on the ear level, and also speakers in the floor, so we can create this sphere of sound. So like when people get into it, they are really immersed by the visuals and immersed by the sound all the time. It's a shame in a lot of senses that we are a very smart animal, no? And then we cannot use this knowledge and this smartness just to live in peace and to, I think, in a way we are already living in paradise and we are making it a hell for ourselves instead of the opposite. There is food for everybody, there is houses for everybody, but then all these political issues then just make everything difficult.
Also alles, was Choreografie bedeutet, ist eigentlich ein Transfer von Bedeutung. Es ist nicht nur Bewegungen, die hintereinander folgen, sondern es ist immer eine Bewegung, bedeutet auch etwas für sie, aber auch für mich. Und diese Bedeutungen können geklärt werden durch die Choreografie. Es ist ein kohärentes Habitat eigentlich. Also, das heißt, man ist sich nicht ganz klar, wer ist die Kontrollposition. Ist dieses Habitat, in dem ich drinnen bin, eigentlich aufgelegt als Ort, das für jemand anderen ist? Das heißt, ist das alles gestellt? Ist das alles positioniert, dass jemand kommt und sozusagen da drinnen lebt? Oder ist es meine Koexistenz mit den Objekten als auch mit den Maschinen?
We are ultra composed and we are from Taiwan, and we have a art piece premiering at the Space tonight And this piece is about climate change that we have a collaboration with a contemporary chamber music. And the whole idea is derived from their trip to Iceland and Greenland. Yeah, so they have a very big concern about climate change and the whole environment. Yeah, but since we have no ice in Taiwan, so we want to, discover this topic from our view of place without ice. How can we look at the whole situation? Yeah. I'm a bit more pessimistic. Yeah, so I think people are more or less panic about, so many things nowadays. Yeah, and when I say I'm pessimistic, is that I think a lot of things like the social issue, the climate issues are going in the worst way. Yeah, I think that is how I look at this topic.
Wenn ich mir die Nachrichten anschaue, dann ist das Yes sofort da und dann geht man wieder da rein, sieht all die Menschen, sieht die tollen Projekte und spürt die Energie und die Begeisterung, die da ist. Das ist ja insbesondere dann auch wieder mit den jungen Menschen, die wir ausstellen. Das ist dann schon was, wo man eindeutig wieder noch ankreuzen würde.
Das heißt, es gibt Hoffnung?
Hoffnung gibt es immer. Das ist Experience, eine Erfahrung von Energie und Dynamik, die Überzeugung auch bringt. Also ich glaube, das ist irgendwie das, was man mit dem Festival heuer schon schaffen kann.
We started with robotics in 1994, when we collaborated for 10 years. And our dream then was to, of course, end up here. And then we took a 20-year break and we decided to, let's make a new one. And now we're here.
Don't judge me.
The robot in itself is like a technological collage. It has hydraulics, which is like a 200-year-old technology. And it's crude mechanical structure. And then at the top you have the head, which has been partly created through AI.
In the 90s we were actually filming a face. In this piece we also did film the face, but we only used the expressions. And after we had all the mocaps, all the data, we took it into the computer.
So it's like 200 years of technological history inside the piece, and that's one of the things we worked with is to give that ideas of artificial intelligence are also grounded in some sort of industrial logic, and we carry that with us.
We hope if people reflect on a monologue, reflect on the installation, it's definitely not a requiem for the humans.
That has manifested throughout history, from the Roman siege of Carthage to the Holocaust.
All right, thank you.
Die Wespe fliegt immer herum.
I can't talk. Guys, I'm too shy to talk. I can't.
You're doing
Sorry.
You're doing good.